Hola, mi amigos y mi amigas. Me llamo Cristobal. Bienvenido to ChrisCuisine. Today we'll be making Las Gambas al Ajillos con Frijoles Blancos, also known as garlic shrimp and white beans. ¿Tú tienes hambres? Yo tengo hambre! Hambre, hambre, arriba, arriba! This is what we're going to use to make the garlic shrimp and white beans. We have a bunch of different ingredients. We're going to make some tomatoes, chop them up. We have some chicken broth. We have a fresh bay leaf, 3 cloves of garlic, smoked paprika from Spain, wild-caught shrimp, tomato paste, salt, pepper. We have some peppers, hot peppers, parsley, and small white beans. And we're going to put it in this dish to make it a wonderful, delicioso dish. All right, we have some fresh wild-caught shrimp here. We're going to have to take it and take the shells off, take the legs off, and then clean out the mid part of it, which has all the waste from the shrimp. So just put that through. So you can see, take the peels off, all right, then just run it through. There's usually a little bit of dark stuff in the middle here, and if you clean that out, it makes the shrimp taste really nice. All right, we have some Trader Joe's bread here. It's basically a French baguette. We're going to put it in the oven for about 10 minutes at 425 degrees, and we'll use this, cut it up, and use it to dip in all the beans and the juice from our dish. All right, we're going to take these white beans, open up the can, and we're going to just put them in the colander and drain and rinse them. So we're just going to use cold water, drain the beans, set them aside till they're ready to go. Chopping up the garlic to small pieces. Make a little marinade for the shrimp. Take 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 1, 2. We're gonna add some garlic to it. This is smoked paprika. It's basically pimenton from Spain, the red peppers that are taken and dried, and then they're smoked, and then they're ground down to a fine, small little powder, and it's smoked, and it's great flavors. What they use in chorizo and other types of cooking in Spain, lots of different places. So here we're just going to put it in here. We're going to mix all this up together. Okay, here we're going to add the shrimp. Very simple. Bread's ready. It's been 10 minutes. Now it's cooked golden brown. We'll just take it out and let it sit and rest. All right, we're going to chop up some tomatoes. It's going to go into the sauce. Just chop them up in fairly decent sized chunks. Maybe about 8 ounces of tomatoes chopped. Then we chop up 2 tablespoons of parsley. First, we're going to just chop this up, throw it in here, soak it in cold water to get all the dirt off it, and we'll just let it sit for a few minutes. We're just going to pluck a few little leaves off, get all the stems off, and all we want to do is use the leaves when we chop it up. All right, we're going to chop this up, about 2 tablespoons. We'll use this as a little bit of flavoring and a little bit of garnish too. Take about 2 tablespoons of oil. So we have the olive oil heating up on medium heat. We're going to take 1 clove of garlic, put it in there, 2 chilies de abrolo, and a fresh bay leaf. We're going to cook this up for about a minute. Don't want to burn the garlic, a minute or 2. Chilies de abrolo are small, little thin chilies that are going to add a little bit of spice to the dish. Now the one cool thing is that we grow bay leaves year round in our backyard, so this came from our garden. Okay, now we're going to put about 1.25 cups of tomatoes, chopped fresh tomatoes in there. And we're going to cook this up for about 5 minutes. If you only were here to smell this. It smells so good. You have the tomato, the garlic, the olive oil just permeating into the room. It's quite delicioso. Okay, the tomatoes are starting to soften, so you see I take the back of my wooden spoon here and just kind of smash them up. See how they smash up? It's going to make a nice little paste. Okay, now we're going to add a tablespoon of tomato paste and just let it cook in here for about 4 or 5 minutes, caramelizing all the sugar from the paste. We're going to add a little salt and pepper, a slight little handful of salt. We're going to add about 30 ounces of white beans into this. Give it a little stir, incorporate all the flavors. Then we're going to take a cup of low sodium chicken broth and add it to it. We're going to bring this to a rapid simmer. And we're going to accompany this dish with a salad, make our own vinaigrette. We're going to use some sherry vinaigrette from Spain. We also have some olive oil from Spain too. It's made with the Briquina olives, and it's very high quality, so it's going to make a very nice vinaigrette. So you take about, I don't know, what's one to 3 parts, 1 part vinegar to 3 parts olive oil. That's how I usually make my vinaigrettes. Just do a quick little whisk and see how it all emulsifies. We're getting some snow flurries tonight, so the good thing is we're going to have a nice hearty meal with it, with our beans and our shrimp and our bread. A nice delicate salad. Alright, the beans are at a high boil right now, simmering really high, so they're getting ready to put the shrimp in. What we're going to need to do is we're going to take the broiler, put it on broil, so it's going to get real hot in there. We're going to put the shrimp in here right now and just lay it on top of the beans. We're just going to take all these and put it all on top of here and spread them all out. So now what we do is we take the shrimp and the beans and we stick it under the broiler for about 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, what we're going to do is cut up some bread. Just kind of cut it on a bias. We're going to toast it up and use it just to put on the side of the dish. So now we've kind of dimmed the lights, preparing ourselves for our meal, kind of like going to Carrabba's. All right, looks like it's ready. See, the shrimp are cooked to perfection. We're just going to let it sit here for a few minutes and cool off and then plate it up in a second. All right, we're going to put the salad together. Basically, we have some black olives, some onions, some cherry tomatoes, romaine lettuce, a little salt and pepper. And all we're going to do is just whisk this up real quick. I find it best to use your bare hands. All right, this is how we plate up. We're just going to take some beans and some shrimp, put a little parsley on here, just drizzle a little olive oil over it. A couple pieces of the bread. There it is, ready to go. Okay, this is the finished product. We have our salad. We also have the beans and the shrimp and a nice crusty bread, a nice bottle of wine, some sea salt, and some fine fresh ground pepper. Now we're ready to go. Bon appetito.